Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are going to be fighting a war with the French alongside the Austrians. The French have broken off their trade agreement with us. Well, that's not really a shocker. Again, we're putting most of our armies on... Hey, there's the election. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and quickly handle our politics. Rural folk want to join the Communist Party. I think that's absolutely fine. We'll pop those guys right in there, and that will sort that. We are nearly done with the Guatemalan religious revolt, and we're still up against Anahuac here. We're doing a naval invasion. It is an opposed naval invasion, but we are winning. Financial situation is very, very rough. Let's just go ahead and increase taxes. We'll go up to medium. This is going to impact standard of living somewhat, but I think it'll be fine. Let's see. We are moving forward very aggressively on this front here. And the 2nd Brazilian Reserve Army is in the process of landing a naval invasion. So... and now we've got a hold of this, of Chiapas. So... and there is a port here, which means we can officially push through. Force comparison is looking a little rough here. I would like to get this done fast. We'll go ahead and put the 4th Brazilian Army in the area, just to make sure that that sorts itself out. This naval invasion is making pretty good progress. They are trying to push us back here. They are winning, mostly due to having a very large numerical superiority, but we do have another army coming in here. Prussia is sided with Spain in this war. I cannot involve myself in communist Borneo's situation right now. We got Mecklenburg-Strelitz, not worried about that. Really focused on France and the Ottoman Empire. Ottoman Empire does not have any troops up against France. Alright, there we go, perfect. Over here in the Austrian Empire. So, the enemy has some forces moving our way, but I don't think it's that many. And we have officially landed over here. That means this army is in the area. We are taking Mexico State, which is the capital of Anahuac, which means this war will very soon be sorted out. Well, force comparison is actually looking pretty dicey over here. I'm going to put my other army in the area. And I think I am going to sort out this war while we're working on the other one. Let's get the 2nd Brazilian fleet over here. So we can raid convoys in the area and generally make a nuisance of ourselves. Alright, we've got Anahuac nearly completely occupied. This is... Where's the capital of Mexico? Capital of Mexico is Veracruz. So once we can punch through to there, this war will be functionally over. We've got another Hell on Earth event. The perpetrators will pay for their crimes. Perfect. We do have some allied forces showing up here. And I've got my 2nd Army in the area. And that should sort it. Alright, perfect. So I'm feeling pretty confident about that overall. Finances are looking a little rough, but we've got plenty of space to flex there. We are fighting battles over here. We got an offensive front here, and here's our battle with the French. Najd Albania front and Lebanon Albania front are both not guarded, but it doesn't seem as though the French are going to involve themselves in those areas. So, hold on. Guys, where are you going? Where are you going? There's a main battle here. Okay, alright. We're going to the main front here. Alright, force comparison's looking really solid. Battle here looks won. Fascist revolt in the Mosquito Kingdom. Can't concern myself over much with that right now. Might have to let that one go. How are things looking over here? Alright, we are victorious in both battles here, so here's hoping French Guyana gets sorted out reasonably quickly. Alright, we have success in Mexico. The fronts have merged over here, so I feel extremely confident in our ability to win there. Let's get both of these armies back down here to the front with France in northern Brazil. And again, hopefully we can get that sorted out reasonably quickly, and we won't have any kind of chicanery to deal with. Alright, we are sinking a lot of convoys down here, and we're going to sink more later. Looks like I put Anahuac Protectorate here. Mexico will be willing to bail out of that reasonably soon. So, feeling pretty confident about that situation. We are moving ahead on these fronts here, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And it looks like the front in Austria is going pretty well as well. So, I shouldn't have to concern myself too much with that. Mexico and Anahuac are nearly sorted out. It's just going to be a few more weeks for that. I'm hoping it doesn't become too much of a problem. Once again, Lebanon-Palestine front is not manned, but again, Ottoman Empire shouldn't have too hard of a time putting a number of troops over there. I'll, of course, be able to help in a little bit. Perfect. Mexico bails. Welsh mass immigration. Neat. Anahuac, be my protectorate. We got an army error handling itself somewhere, so I'm just going to let that go. Where are you going, buddy? Well, I mean, that army's going to not exist in a second. Perfect. Oh, no, it is going to exist. It's just not going to matter where it is. Alright, so, 2nd Brazilian Reserve Army. We're going to put this army in Brazil, and we're going to raise all of those conscripts. 3rd Brazilian Army is going to go in the Ottoman Empire. 1st Brazilian Army is going to go in France. And then 4th Brazilian Army is going to go, I think, in the Ottoman Empire again. It looks like there's one small Ottoman army here handling this front, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I am going to grab the 1st Brazilian Reserve Army. I'm going to raise its conscripts, and I'm going to put it on the front with France as well. And we'll see how that goes. Obviously, I'm extremely short of convoys, but hopefully that'll sort itself out in good time. Let's get our fleets over to where the enemy fleets are. Galician mass immigration. Excellent. Give me my fleet. Give me my fleet. Where's my fleet? These are armies. You're a fleet. Come here. Come here and help me out. We're going to go win wars. Let's go. France is actually really doing bad. I might have drastically overestimated how difficult this war will be for me. I don't even really feel particularly afraid of being attacked. Let's put the Armada Nacional in this sea zone where we can fight this large enemy fleet. We'll put the 2nd Brazilian fleet over here where that one can get handled. Again, if Ottoman Empire can hold out by putting any number of troops on its front, I think it'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get the 1st Brazilian Reserve Army over to this front, because that seems like a front that needs to be handled. Alright, we've got an event. Do a promotion. The petite bourgeoisie demand the promotion of Major General Deodoro Jordao, touting his history of loyal and effective service. So many medals adorned his jacket that one could scarcely see the fabric beneath, but it was not yet enough. Chest puffed out with pride, the general smiled as he imagined the look on Santos' face when the lieutenant general learned of his imminent ascension. The rivalry was legendary among the officers. At last, he would have his due. He's earned it, +2 approval, or the petite bourgeoisie will not force our hand. I'm going to do the first one. He seems fine. Trade unions petition the government. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. Representing his constituents in the trade unions, Estrogildo Pereira has issued a formal petition to the Brazilian government to pass old age pensions. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Well, is that it? Goodness, you seem as if you've seen a ghost. I'm sure I can spare the last hours of the light for them, can't I? I believe so, sir. They weren't taking no for an answer. We'll see what we can do. Offer them public schools as a compromise, or they must understand the present situation does not allow for this. Old age pension is going to reduce the size of our workforce, but it is really going to increase standard of living. I'm concerned about that. I'm going to offer them public schools as a compromise. So let's see what we can do there. Public schools, most people support it. The only people who are against are the industrialists, and they're only against it a little bit. So we'll get started with that. Meanwhile, back to the war. This is going to be basically a war megazode. I think we're going to just kind of go ahead and fight this war. And if we can't win, well, I feel confident that we'll be able to win. But, or at the very least, whether we win or not, I feel confident we'll be able to get the episode done in one go. Excuse me, didn't I have two armies over there? Oh my goodness, these two armies just error-handled themselves back here. Alright, well, we'll put these two armies on this southern front then, and we'll see if, oh my goodness, 2nd Brazilian Reserve Army is goofed. Alright, oh, that's bad. Wait, no, 2nd Brazilian Reserve Army does not want to be there. 2nd Brazilian Reserve Army needs to wait where it is. But it's also goofed, so we need to deal with that. Tancredo Tavares, Catholic, petite bourgeoisie, reserved mountain combat expert versus ethno-nationalist, but charismatic offensive planner. I'm going to go with this guy. Give him one promotion. And then we'll let that army accrue some organization again. 3rd Brazilian Army absolutely needs to get back on its way to the front. Again, I think this was just an error handling problem. I think these armies got... The game didn't know what to... Yeah, here we go. Formation cannot reach front. So these two both had a problem because of something that happened with this front. And so instead of going to where they were supposed to be going, they just sent themselves right back to Brazil. Oh, beautiful. We do have some allies handling the front in the Mosquito Kingdom, so I'm pretty confident about that. 2 arms, everyone. All of our formations are doing okay. I need to find a source of silk. And immediately. Let me see, we're importing a ton of silk from Italy. Let me just sort by good here. We're importing a ton from Italy. We're importing a ton from the UK. Sort by market price here. Where can I get this from? Well, Austria can certainly sell me an abundance of silk. Russia as well, and Spain. We'll just buy all of that silk from abroad. It should be fine. As you can see, we've had a little bit of a stutter in standard of living. It's gone down a bit, but... Oh, gosh darn it. They put an army over here. Alright, well... Hopefully we'll be able to get there in time. If not... Alright, so this army... So these two fronts have merged now, so this army is going to the front in Anatolia. Perfect. Hopefully actually, let's go ahead and put these two armies on the front in Anatolia as well. Let's not mess about, because if this front goes away and my armies get forced back to Brazil by error handling logic again, that's going to be a real disaster militarily. We already have some difficulties with this front, but force comparison's looking a lot better, so I'm feeling pretty okay about that, actually. And we've got our main army over here pushing into France. We've got a big battle that we are winning as well, and French are in a panicked retreat. So hopefully the Ottoman Empire can continue to hold out. Oh, actually, force comparison here is a little better. It's not great, but it's better. Looks like we are winning battles as well, so I'm feeling reasonably confident about that, actually. Let's go fleet hunting with our fleets. We'll grab the Armada Nacional and put it here in the middle of the Mediterranean. And we've got an event. And we unlocked flamethrowers. Excellent. So, academic assistance. The teachers of our higher institutions of learning have offered to advise the government on the implementation of the new public schools. There are certainly differences between teaching children the fundamentals and the more advanced education offered at our universities. Nevertheless, as architects of the upper floors of this towering structure of knowledge, we believe the least we can do is provide some insight into how the foundation should be built. We'll be happy to have their help. Reduced university throughput, 20% enactment chance. Their research work is more important, 10% enactment chance. Or they could be of help finalizing the bill, one whole phase. I'm going to do this first one and take the reduced innovation. I think that's okay. I've got plenty of universities, so I'm feeling overall reasonably confident that I can win that right there. Second Brazilian Reserve Army is continuing to grow in size. I'm going to grab this other guy that I passed over before. And again, we're just using this army to defend our shores here and make sure that the French don't go too buck wild. If I can do a lot of convoy raiding here successfully, I can probably significantly impact France's ability to resupply their troops, which should lead to significant gains in the war. And again, if Austria and our main army can continue to press forward in this area, we'll see really extreme improvements in the overall situation. Finances are holding. Force comparison here is a little goofy, but I think we had some front chicanery and our armies are not quite where they're supposed to be. We got this one moving already. And this one as well. Oh yeah, this is the first Brazilian Reserve Army. Yes, they're the ones who are very close by. We got a couple battles happening off here in the hinterlands. Not the hinterlands. It's in Ankara. It's in one of the biggest, one of the most heavily industrialized places in the Ottoman Empire. At least it's the capital of current Turkey, and when I built the Ottoman Empire, I industrialized it a lot. It looks like it's not as much in this run, but that's nobody's business but the Turks, is what that is. Alright, do we have... Yeah, you got two people raiding convoys over here. And what about you? We could use one more guy raiding convoys. Alright, and the battle against the French continues over here on the main front in France. We've got, actually... It looks like they're still rocking trench infantry in some of these armies, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Because we've got squad infantry. That's the upgraded version of infantry. It's like the early World War II infantry. Boom! There's mobile armor. Excellent. That is very, very good. And our movement to public schools is in study. So that is wonderful. Alright. Austrian Empire is slowly losing war support. What's Brazil's war support like? We're at plus 78 right now, so I'm feeling very, very confident in our ability to continue to win. Force comparison is really, really solid on all fronts. The only people I'm worried about is Austria, because if they get to 0, then we won't have any occupation in France, and then that could be a real problem. Although I guess I do have French Guyana occupied, so if I can continue to hold French Guyana, and we can continue to push against the French forces over here, we might be able to get the Ottoman Empire freed up. And in any case, looking at the war support, France is losing 4... Oh, they're trying to get Lebanon. So we can't... Interesting. Alright, hold on. Once the Armada Nacional is not... Okay. I'm going to invade French Lebanon with the 1st Brazilian Reserve Army. We're going to sneak in the back, and we're going to see if we can sneak in back here and take that over so that France loses its war support protection. Because we cannot lose... If Austria bails out of this war, we're going to be in a really tight spot. So I need to be doing a really solid invasion here. Oh, perfect. Well, our army is also on the front. They've got a fleet in the area. Well, that's all right. We'll put the second Brazilian fleet in the area in that sea zone as well, so that we're going where we want to go. There is a battle happening here, which we are winning against the French. Feeling pretty good about that overall. Wow, France's prestige has really, really fallen out. They haven't declared bankruptcy, which is a potential path to us winning this war without having to get them all the way down to negative war support. But again, if we can get a hold of battle for Tripoli. Tripoli's not here. What's going on? Perfect. All right, we've got a hold of the state we need, and they are now losing war support at a rapid rate. Ottoman side, because France does not control either of the provinces of Thrace, Austrian Empire is losing war support rapidly as well. So we might be able to clinch this thing. In fact, I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm going to stick around here at the war support screen, because once France is low in war support, if an offer gets made, I want to be able to accept that as soon as possible. A lot of revolutions happening around the world. Let's go ahead and quickly take a look at these. There's a communist revolt happening in Upper Canada that it's actually a pretty strong revolt, but I can't possibly become involved in that situation right now. We got a peasant revolt in Mascara, can't be bothered. And this one in Senegal is just going to have to also fall by the wayside. Oldenburg against Belgium. Okay, Belgium holds Oldenburg as some kind of vassal or something. But in any case, can't get involved in that. I got work to do. I got work to do in France. Oh, goodness. We have a front splittage again. Where's the 1st Brazilian Reserve Army? Where are you, 1st Brazilian Reserve Army? Okay, you've wandered off. Alright, that's okay. If you can go to the front, we can still be doing well here. Alright, beautiful. Force comparison's looking much better here. We'll go ahead and start hunting down French fleets in the Mediterranean. Again, in France, we are continuing to thrust forward, albeit not as fast as one might hope. How is Austria's war support? Austria's war support is at 0, but because France has not taken Jambi, which I think is somewhere down here in Southeast Asia, I knew in a previous run where Jambi was, they also have war support protection, so I'm actually feeling really, really confident. Well, of course, my main force has decided to wander over here, this secondary front. Alright, well, hopefully we'll be able to close this out quickly. Alright, perfect. Now you're on your way back to the main front, right? Yes. Alright, perfect. Just the way fronts work in this game makes me very, very nervous. Let's just say nervous. I feel nervous. Where am I losing convoys? Coast of St. Helena. Who's visiting St. Helena? Get out of here. That's Coast of St. Helena, right? I'm not making that up? Yeah. Yeah, it sure is. And we have an event here for public schools. Desperate Allies. The proposal for public schools is set in a deadlock. The trade unions have advocated for enlisting Floriano Cabral da Silva's assistance in rallying the petite bourgeoisie in favor of the government. There, upon the cusp of a division, everyone sees that nobody has a majority yet. One by one it dawns on them. The loose cannons, the most rabid dog of the bunch, have the votes they need. But who among them will be the first to climb off their ivory tower to win their favor? Option 1, make overtures to the undecided. 15% stronger petite bourgeoisie, 20% increased enactment chance. Slander the opposition to oblivion, 10% enactment chance. But Astorgildo Pereira and Gaspar Pena both get popularity penalties, and an interest group attraction penalty for Astorgildo Pereira. That's the trade unions guy. And forge ahead without them, we can win, minus 5% enactment chance, but 30% stronger trade unions. I'm actually going to forge ahead without them. We can win, because our chances are really solid here. And I can lose 5% enactment chance. 30% stronger trade unions is a huge bonus. And being able to do that in a government of the kind that we've got is very, very good. It looks like France is going to capitulate, so I am feeling pretty solid right now about this whole war situation. And in fact, I'm feeling more and more solid about our ability to win our secondary objective, exploiting the Amazon, once we've gotten a hold of French Guyana, because then we'll be able to build up, hopefully at that point, we'll be able to build up enough rubber plantations to do all the things we want to do over there. Looks like France has evacuated all their forces over here on this front. So I think maybe we'll get our units started moving over to the other front and then just leave. Perfect. All right, and that's the end of the war. Taxes can go back down. All right, how long have we been going on? We've been going on almost half an hour. I'll just go till the end of the year. We'll do some fix-ups in Guyana. We don't have enough rubber plantations. We need to get the British half of Guyana as well. Gosh, that's a real pain. Oh, a real headache. That's a shame. Nevertheless, it's okay. We've had a nice, lovely, successful war. I am not going to assist Romania in its process here. I think it's more than capable of handling itself. Nor Austria, in fact. France is now wary of me, but I've got the thing I need from France, so at this point I'll be more than happy to improve relations with them. A secession in Japan. An Ainu uprising. Oh, interesting. What a curious situation. And it looks like there's a Bikanery uprising in India. Do I have the ability to declare way more interests? Only one. Let's declare an interest in Japan. There are some ties between Japan and Brazil historically, so hopefully that will bear fruit. I can propose a trade agreement with them, again, to restore the one that we lost. Let's take a quick look at our trade routes and make sure we're not goofing anything here. This trade route exporting rubber to Spain is not productive. Go ahead and scrap that. This trade route exporting steel to France is not productive. We'll go ahead and scrap it. All these silk trade routes are productive, though. Oh, excellent. And the government petition was completed, so that really helps. All right. Do I want to go... Let me see. Our target population here... Oh, because we got more of Guyana, our target population went up. Well, now I just feel silly. Come along now. Alright, well, we're certainly not going to achieve 4 million population growth in half an episode. So, I'm going to call it here. This has been a lovely little war. We helped the Ottoman Empire keep Lebanon. We helped Austria keep hold of Jambi. And more importantly, we got Guyana, which will help all of our everythings do what they need to do. Before we go, I'm just going to... Where can I incorporate? Did we never incorporate? No, we're currently incorporating Guyana. Alright. I'm going to reset production methods in Guyana. And please tell me Guyana has electricity. It does a little bit. Is fully employed. We'll continue to increase employment there. And then the rest will leave for later. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I will see you on the other side.